Hello there, welcome back. Thanks for being here. So in our last learning, we have learned how to execute karate test as a Maven test and how to invoke the Maven goal from the command line, so which is a standard industry practice. In this learning, we'll go a little beyond and integrate our test suite with the continuous integration tool. So this is the trending in the industry. So integration of your test suite with the continuous integration so that you can achieve the continuous testing. Whenever there is a deployment, the test case are automatically executed without any need of manual intervention. So this is what the industry is expecting every test suite to be based upon the need and the requirement of their project, and this adds a lot of value to the business as well, because when the build deployed somewhere in the afternoon or somewhere in the evening time, so nobody need not sit and run this test and monitor. Rather, if you can rather if you can create a job in your CI tool with some rule, so even the nightly execution can happen. So no need of any manual intervention, rather test cases are executed and the reports are being placed, and the CI tools have the ability to send some post actions as well. Say for example, if they wanted to send a report to the email, or if they wanted to do some set of cleaning repository activities, so everything can be done. It's all about how you configure, how you play around with the settings. So in this particular learning, so we are going to fully talk about how to integrate with this pack to the Jenkins. So there are other CI tools available as well. So the tool that I'm taking in this example is Jenkins, which is an open source one. So we do have other tools as well, such as TeamCity and Bamboo. Since Jenkins is quite popular and also open source one, so I have picked that tool for this demo. So right now, the pack that you are seeing this on my screen is the one that we have seen in our last lecture. So there is no changes to this one. So I would like to quickly ensure that this pack works fine. I will just run this command again to make sure nothing has broken. Sorry guys, so I've just hit enter so wrongly. So mvn clean install is the command. So before that, let me save this project, and I've just hit enter. So Maven goal has invoked, so it is right now building the project, and the test cases have picked. So test cases have started running, and yesterday we have seen that one of the test cases is a little bigger one, because it is giving us the list of issues present in a particular Jira profile. So each response is a bigger one, and since we are requesting for many, so it takes a little longer for execution. So the execution should complete in a few minutes. So then we know that our pack is intact. So then we further go ahead and execute. So build got success, and we have seen 2 test cases have run properly, and even the reports have been placed in target folder and the jar file too with the version 1.0. So now what I would do in the sense, I wanted to integrate with the Jenkins. So in order to do that, initially what I should have in place is that I should have the Jenkins server, Jenkins jar file download in my local system. Guys, if you just go to internet and just search for Jenkins jar download, so you can actually download it for your download and install. So it should not take much time, guys. So you just follow the documentation. So you have a lot of blogs, and you have a lot of community who can assist you in configuring this, so there shouldn't be any problem. So just download. So I've just downloaded the jar file. Let me quickly navigate to that file. So this is the file that you should be downloading. It is a WAR file, a web archive file. So what I would do, in order to start my Jenkins server, I need to start this file. So I'll invoke the command prompt from there. So the command that you need to enter is java-jar jenkins.war, and when you hit enter, so the Jenkins server gets started. And once you notice the command saying that Jenkins server is fully up and running, so you can actually invoke this particular Jenkins tool from the port 8080. So from there you can go and configure a project. So you can see that Jenkins is fully up and running. So by default Jenkins would start in port number 8080. So you can, or else if you wanted to start your Jenkins in a specific port, you can do that as well. So since I wanted to run this in local port, so I'll just give localhost 8080. So the moment I hit enter, so you should see the Jenkins UI is coming. So it will ask for a login, guys. So admin is the username and this is the password, and I wanted to just keep sign in. So this is just login operation. So it is up to your choice. So once you get in, you would see this screen, guys. This is the screen that I'm seeing because I have already installed and ran several projects, but in your case it is not the case. You have to configure a lot of plugins and you have to configure a lot of tools that are required so that the Jenkins can operate well. So the moment you get into the home screen, it will ask you to do configuration. So maybe you can go to the manage Jenkins. So if you go to manage Jenkins, you should see a list of plugins that needs to be downloaded. Or else if you are not getting a one, just go to plugin manager and search there. So basically that window would be automatically prompted when you are logging in for the very first time. So once you are done, you should be coming back to your home screen. So this is your Jenkins home screen. So what we have done so far, so we have started the Jenkins war file and ran the command so that the Jenkins server has started, and it started in port number 8080 and localhost, because Jenkins is integrated in my local port. And then what we've done, you have to manage your Jenkins. I mean, you have to configure and you have to install all the plugins so that your Jenkins is properly configured. So now let's get started. I mean, let's create a pipeline or a freestyle project. So in order to create a Jenkins job, just click on new item and take this as a freestyle project, and I would name this as a karate execution. So this is my job name and I've given OK. So now I should be created with the job. The name of the job is karate execution. You can have some name which is saying like this job is to run the karate test cases automatically based on automatically for now. Okay, so this is it, and just save that, and maybe you can save later too. I think we have got a lot of settings here, so this is not the right time to save. So again I'm going to configure. So do not save after giving it, so it's my mistake. So then source code management. So you just think of it. So how Jenkins is actually able to invoke your code. So Jenkins should have knowledge about your code base. Yeah, you wanted me to execute the code, but tell me where your code base is, and tell me what kind of a project it is, and tell me which file I should be looking for. Say for example, if it is a Maven project, we know that pom.xml is the heart of our project. So that is where your dependencies and your configuration and everything is managed, because we have seen that in the build plugin we have had compiler plugin, we have had Surefire plugin, and we've also added some of the test resources where we asked plugin to exclude .java files and only pick .feature files. So in a similar fashion, we should tell Jenkins that where is my code base. So the Git and Subversion are the couple of version controlling system, distributed version controlling system. So where basically we push the code as a developer or a testing team when group of people are working on a particular code base. So we should have such system, otherwise it is very difficult to merge everybody's changes. Say for example, I'm working on a requirement 1 and one of my teammate is working on requirement 2. And at the end of the day, we should be able to merge both of our changes once we confirm it is working from our end, so that way we build the project. So without having this kind of VCS system, it is very difficult. We cannot copy manually. So sometimes we tend to do changes in the same class files, or we tend to do the same operation. So the VCS system is just about managing all your updated code. So how you push and how you pull and how you take care so that you are not running into conflicts. So all that. So I've selected Git. Git is my repository. And now in order to just configure this one, you should have your code base available in Git, guys. So you create a repository, and whatever the code that I have in this particular project, I have just pushed it to my personal GitHub repository. So maybe I would just leave the commands that I used to push the code in the description of this video. For now, what I'm doing, I'm just only concentrating on configuring the Jenkins job. So I have already pushed my code to GitHub. So from GitHub, I am asking the Jenkins to pick the code base, and it is not a private thing, so it is public, so it can easily access, and I'm asking it to pick from master branch because I do not have any other branches. So now, so build triggers, guys. Build triggers is nothing but, so how frequently you want it to execute. So maybe if you click on question mark, so you can have a lot of cron expressions for this one. So minutes, first it indicates minutes, and next hours, and next date of month and date of week. So if you come down, you will have a lot of sample cron expressions. Say for example, if you wanted to execute build for every 15 minutes, so this is the cron expression. So h/15 and star means don't care, so just consider it as everything. So you can either mention this thing in the build triggers if you wanted to execute, or if you wanted to make it to 10 minutes 10 minutes once invoke this job, or it depends upon your need and requirement. So right now we have set it in such a way that just execute every 10 minutes once and every day. So that's what this meta cron expression says. And again, just click on this question mark to collapse this suggestion. And if you come down to a bit, build environment, so this is about some settings related to your build tool. If you wanted to delete your workspace before build starts, or these are all the rules and all that. So build step is something important, guys. So without build step, we are not actually supplying the goal. So what you need to do, so Jenkins now has the code base knowledge, but what it has to do, it has to do Maven clean install, or it has to do Maven test, or it has to do something else, who knows. Like, so that is the reason if you come down, so you have a lot of options. You can invoke a Gradle script, Maven script, Ant script, and you can do Visual Studio based up, because we have a lot of development technologies. So the best thing that we need to do in this particular case is invoke top level Maven targets, because ours is a Maven project. So the goal that I would like to specify is clean install. So MVN is something that you can ignore, because you already told that it is a Maven project. So Jenkins has that knowledge. So post build actions is something if you wanted to have an email notification, or if you wanted to create some clear some repository, or whatever the task that you need to delete the workspace once the build is done, or set a GitHub status. So all those things you can configure. So right now we do not have that much infrastructure. So basically the best action that people would do is just send an email notification. So I think we have done with configuring the Jenkins job. So we have set it execute 15 minutes once, and we have given the Maven goal, and we have given the knowledge of our particular code base. So you need not always have it in Git, even you can have it in your local and also start it, but I have shown you how exactly the industry works. This is the exact replication of the industry scenario. So they will have a code written in their local system, and end of the day they make sure that they pull and they push so that the latest changes are there, and the CI tool will definitely pick from the desired branch from the VCS system. It could be Bitbucket or it could be GitHub. So based upon the tool that they are using. So let me save this particular pipeline project. So now we have had a build job called project karate execution. So based on our cron expression, it should ideally be executed after 15 minutes. So we have just configured, but just for the sake of the demo, I don't want it to wait until then. So I would just click on build now. So let me click on build now. You can see some build got generated. So if you click here, you can go and see the build got triggered, and let me go to the console output to see what happens. So you can see the stuff, whatever that you have seen before in the command prompt, same you tend to see in happening in the console of CI tool. So it will also execute our test case. You can see guys, the responses are coming. You can see both the tests have executed successfully and we have no failures. So this is how you integrate your test pack with the CI tool. So this knowledge is very much needed, and this is where the interview questions are coming from to every test automation engineer. So we need to focus on learning these things because this is the minimum need that industry is having at this moment. So that's it I have for this video. So I have some exciting learning in the upcoming video. I think we have built a decent understanding about karate, and I think whatever we have covered was something that is used. I mean, those are the set of operations which are widely used in the industry automation packs as well. So I hope you have learned something important in this video, and please do focus on this learning. Watch multiple times if you are not actually understanding, and if you have questions, do connect me on my Twitter account or my LinkedIn, or you can also just leave a comment here. So I will try to assist. If there is something that I cannot be able to solve your problem, I'll just talk to people and at least get you some sort of solution. So thank you so much guys. Please subscribe to this channel, and please do hit a like if you have really liked this video and learned something. So you have a great rest of today.